Today I'm delighted to be able to show you this wonderful Scooby Doo Pinball Machine made by Spooky Pinball, who are a company that are relatively unknown to me as I go through this journey of discovering pinball. Spooky, I guess I was first aware of them with the probably Total Nuclear Annihilation, which I know they're on a second run of, a 2.0. I've played the game 2 or 3 times, haven't had much exposure to it at all. I guess the first time I was ever able to spend any decent amount of time with a Spooky machine was with Halloween, when I went up to Pinball Heaven. I was really surprised. I've got no love for the theme of Halloween. I never watched the films, but what was evident was how well the machine was made and quite how much effort and love they'd put into the game, particularly on the upper playfields, and I was very, very impressed with that. I often find upper playfields to be a bit gimmicky, not actually having real shots on them. These had real shots, particularly the very highest playfield had a number of very real shots on them, and I was extremely impressed, even though I didn't like the theme. I've got to thank Pinball Heaven once again. They've sent this machine down for me to basically test and play and then review, and I'm very, very happy to do so because I'd never have access to this sort of machine without their help. First impressions of this particular game is that it's beautiful. It's absolutely glorious. I often ask about pinball machines, I ask myself, did the pinball manufacturer build the very best machine that they could? And unfortunately, I often find that to be a no. I think from what I've seen with this company, I think they do. I think they do the very best they can to make very good pinball machines, and this really is no different. It's got an upper playfield the size of a small country. It's very, very impressive, actually. The game itself is packed full of colour and fun, and certainly from myself a level of nostalgia, because whilst I might not have known Halloween and watched the films with Jamie Lee Curtis in, I certainly know all about Scooby Doo, and there's a lot of nostalgia in the game. It's loosely based around picking up clues, solving mysteries, which you'll all be familiar with if you've watched Scooby Doo throughout the years. What I found myself when I was going into the mysteries are based on actual Scooby Doo episodes, and I found myself watching them and thinking, oh, I remember this. I remember this one. I'd actually forgotten this isn't nostalgic at all to my children because they've never watched Scooby Doo. So this is very much one for me, although what I would say is my son in particular has been playing this machine quite a lot, and in fact I might even get him to play this while I describe a little bit later on in the video. Just the idea of this video, I just want to talk you through my initial thoughts on the game, take you on a little playfield tour and show you it, and then we'll do a little bit of gameplay. There'll be more in-depth review over on Pinball Heaven once I've had sort of another week or so with the game and started to learn the rules. But I've only recently updated the code on here, and there's certain things I don't understand about this game yet. I don't know how to get extra balls on it, for instance, but I've certainly had a lot of fun, and I don't know if the scoreboard is in focus at the moment. You'll see I've been racking up the scores on there and really enjoying myself. Just going back, first of all, to look at the game, it is absolutely gorgeous. Talk about getting a theme and making the most out of it. When we do the playfield tour in a second, I'll take the camera off its tripod there and we'll get a close-up look at some of the stuff, but there's no flat plastics on here. They're all proper models, really, really well done. Even the way that they've sort of powder coated the wire forms, each one is a different colour, but they're powder coated really well. As I said, they've got a really good clear coat on them, a really lovely sparkled finish as well. There's some real innovation on this game as well. But I think if what I was going to say, because I know there's a few of you watching this, I know Paul has got one, Collie Wobbles has got one on order. This is a fun game. It really is. This is a sort of cross between a JJP and a Bally Williams, if I had to describe it with my sort of limited knowledge. Although what I would say is the flippers are better than a JJP. I understand Jersey Jack have amended their flippers more recently. I've not played The Godfather, so I couldn't attest to that. But I have heard that their flipper situation has been sorted out. The flippers on these are great, and I think that's fine. I'd have no complaints with Stearns on their flipper actions. It's what I'm used to. I really like them. I think CGC do great flippers as well. This is exactly the same. I've just, you can, all the things that you're used to doing, the flippers behave in the way that you're used to. So, which I'm really pleased about that as well. But in terms of the gameplay and in terms of the modes, the toys, it's half JJP, sort of half Bally Williams, if you like. It's not the hardest game in the world, far from it. As a lot of the shots are easy. The modes that they're not, how many I'm looking, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mysteries on there, but you also have to collect characters as well. The Playfield inserts are telling you what you need to do. By and large, it's very, very well set out, and that makes it really easy to do. So the shots are easy, but I've yet to complete the game. But I don't mind easy shots and a code that's not massively deep. I would use Cactus Canyon as a great example. Cactus Canyon might be the best game I've played in a little while in terms of games that I've had here. And I certainly completed that, but it didn't stop me from going again and trying to do it over and over again. So I feel this is an easier game if you're a very, very good player. This is not going to test you. This is not going to stretch you. If you're someone like myself that has people over that don't play pinball and you want to get your mates over for a barbecue, a few beers or a pizza or whatever, and you want them to play some pinball, this is going to appeal. You can immediately start achieving things. And you know what? Even if you're not really building your progress towards something, it feels like you've achieved something if you get the ball up onto the upper playfield, and it's not hard to get it up there either. The other thing I'd say about the upper playfield is, when I said it's not gimmicky at all, you feel like you're hitting proper shots. You can do a bounce pass off the two flippers. It's not one single stubby small flipper. They're two full-size flippers. Now, the one on the left-hand side, which we'll see in just a second, has a sort of, it's a bookcase and it has a tail on it, which requires a slightly different technique. But they are proper flippers. That's a proper upper playfield where you can play real and proper pinball shots. I think it's glorious in terms of looks. Maybe like a Wonka in that sense, because I've always thought that the Wonka was one of the better looking pinball machines out there, and particularly if you're looking for a pinball machine that has a sort of child-friendly, family-friendly theme, this is it. You'd be going for this and not the Halloween. I think in terms of, I possibly prefer Halloween as a game, as actually something to have in the house that everyone can play. This is the one, and it's colourful, it's vibrant, it's fun. There's lots of humour in it. All the stuff that you would expect from Scooby Doo is here, and I think my lasting impression is that they've not left anything out. They have absolutely built the best pinball machine that they can, and I cannot say that about. I'll be honest with you, I probably can't say that about any game since we last had Cactus Canyon here. I think Cactus Canyon, CGC built the very best game that they could. I think this is the one here. But I would make the point, this is the only spooky pinball machine I've ever had in this house to have a proper look at. But I'm incredibly impressed with it. Right, I'm going to take you on a little tour around the playfield now, and then we'll have a little bit of gameplay. Okay, let's explore this game. First of all, you'll see the coin door here. It's all obviously powder coated. How much of the sparkle you can see on camera, I don't know, because I know there's light reflecting off of it. I mean, first of all, just look at that. Look at that button there, that Scooby Doo button. That's obviously Scooby's dog tag that's around his neck. So, wonderful attention to detail there. The cabinet itself, I mean, this is the top edition. I should probably say that, in all fairness. Got some wonderful metal armour there, powder coated. It's been obviously laser cut out. The artwork itself, I think, is magnificent. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful, beautiful game. Let's just take you and show you on the back box here. Excuse me. There we go. Really nice. Really, really nicely done, I think, on there. And one thing I probably haven't shown you yet is the topper. It's not the best topper in the world, truth be known. It's not. There are better toppers than that. Personally, I don't overly care. I'm not massively concerned about toppers anyway. The back glass Well, I think that's a really good looking back glass, really. It looks better in real life because I'm seeing reflection on the glass at the moment, which obviously you won't see if you're looking at it at home because I'm pointing the camera with a light at it. But as I mentioned, there's Scooby's dog tag just there. That's great, right? He looks fantastic. You'll see there's an LCD screen there. We've got, so what's that? That's CE. It's Collector's Edition 0018. You'll see the speaker panels. I don't know how well you can see. There's a purple light emitting from it, which look really cool. Again, they're cut out. So one of them is the cutout of Scooby Doo. Another one is one of the monsters chasing him. Screen, sort of regular size LCD screen. If I was going to have one minor little criticism of it, would be that I feel this is a little bit plain. Perhaps it could have had something else on all this screen, but I mean that is really nitpicking. It's a great machine. I'm not going to show you now. You wouldn't believe how empty that back box is. By the way, there's nothing in it. Even far less than a Stern machine, actually. That's what I wanted to show you. The hinges. Look at those. I'll try and get rid of that reflection there. You have to excuse me. I have to have the light here to be able to film it, but because of that topper, I can't put it down in the studio. But there you go. That's really good. So that's laser cut out. That's not etched. It is actually, completely and utterly cut out, which I think is really lovely. Right, let's have a look now at We'll start at the bottom here. So there's the apron. A very lovely looking apron. Metal, as you'd expect. These are ball lock lights, as you can see. It actually locks the ball. You'll see this in gameplay. You can lock the ball there, or you can lock the ball there. Now, how you lock the ball there is via this orange wire form, which is a shot up on the upper playfield. How you lock the ball into this section here is actually via these drop targets, and there's just a little scoop, which you can just see just behind there. But there's actually a double bank of drop targets. There's so much going on in this game. It's absolutely packed. Wonderful artwork. Now, you'll see here, there's actually a drop target. So you've got Scooby Doo here. This is lit. You can actually activate this as a protector. So what happens is if you hit all of these, so the ones that have the Scooby Doo badges on them, they're there, and there, and there. I think that's it. Then this will pop up. So if you can time that for your modes, that's really cool. Now, as I say, you've got double bank of drop targets, 6 drop targets, which are just there on the left. I really hope that the video is going to do justice to the colours on this game. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get a little bit more light on it now. There we have it. That's much better. I just thought I'd get a little bit of extra light on there because it really deserves to be shown in all its glory. Orange wire form here. This is beautiful here. It's sort of like a metallic purple, this wire form. It's gorgeous. I mean, it's pretty much my favourite colour. Well, actually, funny enough, that is my favourite colour, as is that. These are probably my 2 favourite colours. So, yeah, really nice. A double outlane, as you can probably see there. Single outlane on this side. These are your mysteries, which are roving at the start when you're picking up clues. If you hit that Scooby Doo button, the one at the front there, that will lock a mystery in place. I don't know what I'm telling you now. I'm so far away from being able to be able to give a tutorial on this. What I would also like to point out, that these aren't standard, but can you see those lanterns? There's a lantern there, there's a lantern there, and they shoot light in both directions. There's a lantern there and another one just here. They're a modification from Stumbler Pinball. They are really, really nice. They not only do they look nice, they're effective as well. So it's a flourish. Absolutely, it's a flourish, but they illuminate the playfield and they do it really, really well. I think it's a really nice modification, obviously in keeping with the theme. Numerous shots. The orbits aren't standard orbits, so if you go around that furthest left shot there, it doesn't go all the way around. It comes out through there. To the next right shot, which is a spinner shot. Spinners are great. If you hit spinners to build up the ability to lock the ball. So that second shot, which is the spinner, some point to it, that shot there, that comes up and will go through the green wire form and come back to the flipper. Next shot along is another loop shot. Now it can lock the ball, but also it can come round. There's lots of diverters in this game, so it will loop round and come back down in that direction. The middle shot that you're seeing just here is the shot to the upper playfield. It's very easy to hit, very easy, which is really good. The shot to the right of it, so in between those two targets you can see in the spinner, should be pretty much central camera at the moment. That's another loop shot that loops back through, comes out just to the right of the van, which you can see. Underneath the van, that's where you start your mysteries. And also that's where you ball lock for one of the multi-balls. There's another multi-ball down above the apron where the balls get locked, which is a really good one as well. And then we've got another, they call it an orbit to the right. It's not really. It doesn't do a full orbit. It's sort of half orbit if you want. But there's lots of diverters that change the ball paths, which are, just really neat, really neat stuff. Just have a look. So this dude here, see Scooby Doo in the barrel? So he pops up, he pops out that barrel, he jumps down, pops up. That's a really cool mech. Then you've got these two here, which obviously you may well remember that episode. Minor 49er, I think it is. So you've got Scooby Doo and the baddie on sort of they're on mining carts, aren't they? Up towards the back of the playfield, you've got this monstrous. So this is a wide body pinball machine. I should have said that at the start. It's amazing. It's just an amazingly large upper playfield. As I say, these are regular size flippers with just a normal flipper action. This is the bookcase one. What you'll see when the gameplay is you can actually flick the ball with the end of this flipper and flip it that way as well. You've got numerous targets on here. You've got little loops. These are mechanisms as well. So these actually move. These hands move and as if to move towards and grab the ball. There is another target up there, and then what I really like on this game, as you can see here, you've actually got 3 shots off the top, and they are achievable shots and they're hittable shots. You can aim for them. So in terms of shots at the top of the upper playfield, I think you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's at least 9 shots on that upper playfield. It's a very, very impressive game. I really like it. I really, really like it. And I wasn't even expecting to have it here, never mind like it. Okay, I think that probably does it. What I'm going to do is, let me get Jakey just to have a game on it now, and then maybe I'll have a little game myself. Okay, Jakey is going to do a slight demonstration now. At the start, you can choose a number of characters. Scooby, Shaggy, oh, he's gone with Shaggy. He's not one for the long build-up, Jakey. It's a boy, a few words. So that really is a skill to use the back of that upper flipper. But there's at the top where you see the diver's helmet. If you hit that a number of times, that will give you another multi-ball. There you go. So you hit that. Oh dear. But as I say, you can bounce pass off the top of that playfield. And actually you can let it bounce off that post in the middle of the flippers quite a lot. Right, what's happened is now because he's hit the shot where the van is, he's initiated a mystery. He's basically got to shoot the spinners on this mode.
Collect them quickly before they vanish.
So you may be able to see on the screen. So he's in the middle of an investigation. So he's just done 1 out of 6 shots. So it's that blue shot you're looking for, which you're not going to be able to hit with backhand from there. Oh, hello. What I say? So now he's got 2 out of 6. You've definitely got to hit the spinners again now to get more shots. Well done. So that's opened up some more shots you're hitting that spinner. So you can see from there, he's played 1 mode already. Hit that again, you're going to get a multi-ball. Oh, nearly. It's that target on the left, that foot. You get that, then you can initiate the multi-ball. Not bad first ball. So again, you're going to shoot the white shots to light the next mystery. You can actually lock the mystery in by pressing that Scooby button. Oh, that's it, mate. I think 1 more of those there. So can you see that ball's now locked in there? So to start off that multi-ball, he'd need to knock those targets down the left and get the ball in the scoop. Unlucky. So that's another mystery. You're on your 3rd mystery now. I actually do remember this episode. Woo! Oh dear. he made a grave error. He just let it drop. There we go. Right, folks. I think Jakey did a fantastic job there, actually. So I'm going to leave that for this sort of first impressions video. You've seen a little bit of gameplay there. We didn't see a multi-ball. Tune into Pinball Heaven. I will be producing a video over on that channel next week once I've learnt a little bit more of the game. And we'll try and do a multi-ball on there. But there you go. There you have it. That's Scooby Doo by Spooky. And I think it's a really cool game.